two additional people have been charged in the shooting death of 8-year-old Royte DeMarco Giles and the wounding of 3 others at the River Chase Galleria that occurred Friday, July 3rd. The 2 suspects were in the group of males that were wanted for questioning in this case. Sunday, you were given surveillance images that you distributed, and for that, we're grateful. Our detectives were inundated with calls from the community identifying these individuals and relaying other information about the incident. Some of these individuals came in like we asked. Those that didn't, we went out and found. Detectives have interviewed all 5 members of this group about their involvement in the tragic event that took place that day. After reviewing the facts of this case and the evidence collected, the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office issued warrants today against King Gary Williams and Demetrius Dwayne Jackson, both 19 years of age, from Birmingham, Alabama. Williams and Jackson are both charged with capital murder and 3 counts of assault second degree. There is no bond. Williams turned himself in to the Hoover Police Department Sunday evening, and Jackson turned himself in to us yesterday afternoon. Both were being held at the Hoover City Jail, and both were transferred to the Jefferson County Jail earlier today. Charges against Montez Moses Miracle Coleman were previously announced, and he still remains in the Jefferson County Jail. Evidence in this case revealed Coleman got into a verbal argument with the group of males on the first floor near the food court. During the argument, he armed himself with a .556 caliber pistol that was concealed in a backpack and fired his weapon at this group. Williams and Jackson, both armed with handguns, immediately returned fire. No one involved in the initial argument was injured, and all 4 victims in this case were innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire. While the investigation is not complete, the first step to holding those responsible for this horrible act have been taken. The way the community rallied together to bring these suspects to justice shows that this type of reckless behavior will not be tolerated. Nothing can bring Royte back, but it is our hope that one day his family will find peace in knowing that the people that took their baby away will have to answer for it in a courtroom. Thank you again for coming. Like I said, we're going to take a few questions at the end. I've got a few comments that Mayor Bricada will make, and then we'll open it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, and thank y'all for coming out this evening. So we're extremely proud of the Hoover Police Department. Our patrol officers that responded to the incident actually made the first apprehension right there. Our crime scene technicians who processed the scene, our detectives who have worked nonstop since Friday, and the commanders who have provided leadership and resources. Our police department does outstanding work every day, and this is just a tremendous example of what they do to protect our city and to serve our citizens. We cannot bring Royte back to his family. We know that, and we're saddened by it. But we can provide them with the answers about what happened, and we can bring these individuals to a court system to face justice. We're going to work very hard to make the River Chase Galleria a safe location for families to shop and enjoy themselves like they have for the last almost 30 years. We have a great partnership with the mall owners, and we've been meeting the last 2 days to improve security, our police presence, technology at the mall. All of those things are going to have to tie in to restore the confidence to those that visit that mall each and every day. So let us continue to pray for Royte's family. Tomorrow we will announce some details about a fund that has been established to help this family. So if you would be on the lookout for that information sometime tomorrow before noon. And with that, I will turn it back over to Chief Durzis for any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Like I said, I've got Lieutenant Sescaliba, Lieutenant Blackman here, who have kind of led this investigation, and we'll take a few questions, please.
Chief Andrew Valley with ABC 3340 News. Can you talk about, if you haven't already, I'm sorry, the argument, how it started, and what exactly went down again?
Yeah, we're really not sure exactly. We just know that an argument ensued, and as they passed each other and walked away, Coleman obviously took that 5.56 out of the backpack. We know that round was fired immediately, and then those guys returned fire.
You know, was this discussed earlier, maybe through social media or by phone? Seems like, you know, they had their guns and their backpacks ready. Did they talk about this plan beforehand and before it happened at the mall?
We don't have any information to indicate that this was discussed previously. We believe that this was just an ongoing feud that had been going on for a while that came to a head in the mall.
Do y'all have all the weapons that were involved in this now?
We're still investigating.
There's been talks, of course, from the mayor about security. Is the Hoover Police doing something specific though in reference to security? Has beat the security up now around the mall, or?
Well, we are in discussions with the mall right now, and the plan hasn't been solidified, but obviously we're there.
And the two guys that were charged, did they turn themselves in, or did you have to go find them?
They actually turned themselves in.
Yes.
And you're still looking for 2 more suspects?
No, no. We've talked to everybody on those surveillance photos that we gave you the other day. We have interviewed everybody, and we've determined that the 2 that were charged today are the ones that fired weapons. So at this point in time, we don't know if there'll be any additional charges. That's always possible, but right now we're just relying on the information that we've got and trying to solidify this case against these 3.
What's your
Sorry
message?
if I missed this. Do you have a motive yet?
Just an ongoing feud, like Lieutenant Blackman
But they
said.
knew each other, the previous,
I would say some knew.
You know, what's your message to parents tonight? There are a lot of parents who take their children to this mall to socialize with their friends who may say that we're not going back. You know, how will you get those people back in the mall to shop and feel comfortable?
Well, the mall's been there for a very, very long time, and it appears that the issues that we've had have been really in the last couple of years. And our mall, just like any other mall in the country, is a safe place. It's not safe when people pull guns out and start shooting at each other, and that happens other places also.
Chief, can you talk about the private-public relationship? You know, police can do all they can to establish security, but ultimately putting in metal detectors, security at doors, what some people are asking for at the mall. You guys, that's not up to you. That's up to the private sector, right?
That is correct. We can make recommendations, and we've got a tremendous relationship with the mall, always have, and we've been in discussions obviously since Friday with them to do whatever we can. The mayor, I know, has had discussions with them too. How can we enhance the security to make people feel safe? I mean, we all want people to feel safe, and we're going to do everything that we can. The city's going to do everything that we can, and we hope the mall will do everything they can to make that happen.
Have you all been able to identify where these teens got the weapons from, where the weapons come from?
That's part of it.
That part is still under investigation.
Mayor, have you talked to the other victims, their families?
We have not talked to the other victims.
Let's get a couple more, guys. Do you have names on the other persons of interest that you can release?
Well, right now there is no other persons of interest. Right now, we've got some photos of the 2 individuals that have been charged, and that'll be the only ones that we released today. Yeah.
Can you talk about just I don't know if you can or not, but just the other guns that were used? I know you talked about what was used, what Coleman had. Can you talk about what the other 2 guys, what they had?
We can say that the other individuals were armed with pistols.
You know, as far as you go around to some other malls, Galleria, from what I've noticed, there's not a police substation. Has there ever been, and is there talks, is that some of the discussion you're having with the mall about maybe installing a police department substation in there?
Well, we've actually got an office inside the mall that, generally speaking, during the holiday times is obviously actively used. And it's someplace that even during this time of the year, that if an officer is there, he can actually stop in and use it. So again, there's a lot of things that'll probably be out on the table in the coming weeks. And again, I think the mayor and I think our community wants the River Chase Galleria to appear to be safe. And again, as I said, you look at the tragedy of 4th of July all over the United States when you saw how many people were killed this past weekend. Something's got to stop. I mean, this is just literally insanity that people, number one, as I think someone's already mentioned, who takes guns to the mall? 18, 19-year-old people just taking guns to the mall, and you get in an argument, and all of a sudden you feel comfortable enough that when you get mad at somebody, you're just going to pull it out and start shooting. I mean, I'm not sure how to stop it. I'd be a multimillionaire if I did, but I just hope that all this community, the whole metropolitan area, can come together now after this tragedy and work on trying to make all of our communities a safer place.
You mentioned that Coleman fired first and then the other two individuals fired in return. Could a case be made for self-defense?
Yeah, that's certainly not up to us. That would be something that a trial would come out. But we just know this much. We know that these three individuals were firing rounds at that River Chase Galleria, and those bullets are whizzing everywhere.
Do you have a count on the number of rounds fired?
We, not going to say the exact amount. We do have a number of shell casings that were recovered that day, though.